That Red Brush Road is terrible. There's holes out there a foot deep. And they could have been filled just as well before hunting season and got, you know, rolled in.
Back in, no. Okay.
I talked to Paul Gaddis a couple of days ago, and he was up on the roof back here. He said that he could not find a leak anywhere.
I gave him information.
And he said the roof was in bad need of cleaning. He said there's moss and acorns up there. He says, like you wouldn't believe. He said, somebody ought to go up there with a broom and at least sweep it off.
He volunteered to do so. I talked to him today. He volunteered to do so.
Because he
Without
told me,
charge.
he said, if nobody will do it, he says, I will.
I told him I was a little bit leery about going up on the roof. I was kind of afraid that building through it would, you know,
You might watch the liability of a volunteer. You might be better off to just let them pay, let us pay them. Because if he's a subcontractor, there's different liability issues than there is if he's just out back doing it as a favor. Just a thought.
That's all right.
All right. Good.
I have no comment this evening.
Mark? Okay. Dave? Dave? Tom, or, no, you got, Jim?
No.
Oh, right.
Yeah, looking at the agenda for tonight, we have, we're gonna pass the budget, I guess, the budget adoption. Just kinda curious, I mean, evidently I missed the budget meetings. When were they?
We didn't have any. Liz filled it out, and we looked at it, and voted to put it in paper.
Elizabeth always does the stuff. We didn't meet as long as I've been supervisor, we have never sat down as supervisors to do the budget. Elizabeth always done the budget.
Is there money specifically for any projects for next year? I know this is something that's been brought up for the last 2 years is, do we have a list of projects that we're gonna do? For example, we're gonna fill the potholes on Red Brush Road. Is that in the budget, as a line item in the budget?
There is money set aside to do road work, yes.
No, that's not my question. My question is, do we have a plan?
No.
No, there's no plan of anything. Now, for example, I was talking with Miller from Pingrove Township today, and, you know, I mean, he was kind of explaining, not just yesterday, I'm sorry, he was kind of explaining how Pingrove does it, but they have when they do their budget, they allocate money and they have cost estimates, and when they approve the budget, they have that. But, you know, we have all these projects that, for the last 10 years, nothing's been done with them, and it just seems to me that, I know the new supervisors will have an opportunity to reopen the budget, and I would suggest that maybe you do that and come up with a logical plan to address the needs of the township for next year, because, you know, there hasn't been anything substantial done other than a few Band-Aids put on things for the last 10 years in the township, and I think it's time that we really try to get back on track with something that meets the needs of the township, instead of just spending money to put on top of mud, for example, over on the Stewart Run Road. Put gravel and mud to make a mud road. So I hope that the new supervisors will take that into consideration and do that.
Also, one project that we will be doing is the handicap parking that we did get the grant for $16,000. We had each group write up the letter so we could take it to, you know, the board, the commissioners, and so we would get the money. And we will need to hire each group again to draw up the plans for it so we can bid it out. So that's one project we will be taking on.
Well, the new salt box, I guess, will be another project. Probably got official notification by now. I would think that that was funded as well. So thanks for submitting the application. I guess if it wouldn't have been for you, Linda, there wouldn't have been any project in the works because nobody else had anything in mind. One other quick thing, I know, you know, this will be your last meeting, Frank, and depending on what the new board does, maybe yours, Linda. I know there's been a lot of talk. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. There's been a lot of talk over time about things that aren't here. I mean, I would hope that, you know, I know there's chainsaws and safety equipment chains, binders, shovels, rakes, things like that, that would all end up back at the township for the reorganization meeting, so that when they go through the inventory that, you know, that we can go through and try to check on the records that, you know, the stuff's here rather than having to file a report about stolen property.
For the most, the stuff is here, the chainsaw is here, the shovels and rakes the township owns is here. Because when we were cold patching or doing whatever, we pretty much brought our own tools to do stuff. We brought our own shovels, we brought our own rakes.
No?
Where's the Craftsman tools and the battery charger and the?
Battery chargers, brought my own battery charger when we charged
Well,
them.
why do we have invoices that you bought them? Sears and Roebuck, you bought tools, Jimmy Young picked them up. Well, you know, you bought things at Hubbardston's that we have invoices for, where are they?
Okay, well, I mean, I guess, I don't want to start anything confrontational, just that, you know, if there is equipment belongs to the township, obviously there's some sort of an audit trail to it, and, you know, if we've had enough controversy in the township, it would be nice if things just ended up here that we didn't have to have more problems, so.
That'd be great.
Thank you. Thanks for the time that you did serve, Frank. I mean, there was a time when I thought you did a really good job, that I think you've, you know, failed us miserably the last couple of years. But, you know, thanks for the years of service. Thank you, what, 20 years? 24 years? Thanks for the good things you did.
Thanks. Al?
Yeah, I missed a couple meetings, and the last meeting that I was at, we talked about the floodplain ordinance. Has that been advertised yet?
The floodplain ordinance has not, it needs to be approved by DCED, and the new maps aren't done yet. That's another issue. Can't remember the website for that. I think it's in the minutes.
I don't know, I can get down through all the minutes.
No, it'll be the last one.
And I have one other question. Is the equipment all in good order right now? The plow trucks and all the trucks in good order?
They're all together. They're all together. The hoe starts, the loader starts.
The loader has no power whatsoever. We're gonna have to address that.
But the four-wheel drive don't work either.
It doesn't, that thing has problems.
And the other thing I don't know is that, do we have employees at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, people who work on the road?
The work on the road?
Yeah.
Snow plowing, you mean?
You mean snow plowing?
Yeah, I mean, do we have
We have
laborers?
snowplowers.
Do we have laborers?
Yeah.
Who are they?
We have, well, at the beginning of the year, we have James Young. Who else do we have? We have
Jack, Greg,
Mike.
Mike.
Mike who?
Here he goes.
Who's Mike? Mike what?
Mike Weiner, right here. This is
I
Mike
don't
Weiner.
know.
Right here, right at the end.
Oh, okay, and Jack?
Jerry Malat retired at the beginning of the year. Tad retired through the year. Tad Knight.
And all these people are currently laborers, if you called on them, they would work? Or are you talking about they've
Well-
worked and they're
You
now
have,
gone?
she's answering you for the year at this point in
No,
time.
I just want right now, currently going into this next year, how many laborers do we have and who are they?
Well, according to Linda, she's getting rid of everybody, so you're not gonna have anybody.
That's not
Well,
true.
that's,
I'm not getting
that's
rid of
next month.
everybody.
I'm talking about this month.
December.
This month you have enough people to plow.
And who are they?
Jack, Mike, Greg, myself.
You have them next month as well.
January 2nd, David.
Well, actually, you wouldn't be able to plow on January 2nd because you're
No,
done.
That's what I know, January 2nd.
But your
that's
other
what I said.
employees would be. I understand.
Yeah, what do you have?
I'm thinking right now.
Thank you.